recommends that the United States should raise the federal minimum wage from $7.25 to $9 flat. Some definitions is that the federal minimum wage is a wage that is set for all states in the United States. And then another thing I'd like to clarify is that the working poor, which is a term used to identify the people who are working yet still fall below the poverty line. So my inherently is that the minimum wage at $7.25 is insufficient and has a barrier on the financial growth of the United States. Most people receiving and living by the minimum wage are below the poverty line. There are more workers below the poverty line compared to non-workers below the poverty line. This is problematic because we should not have our people who are employed to be poor. The whole purpose of the job is to receive money and obtain the basic needs within a reasonable premise. The present minimum wage inhibits that. So I have some statistics about the United States. The United States working poverty is higher than the non-working poverty. This is a ratio of 11 to 6, meaning that 11 people are working who are in poverty compared to the 6 who are non-working and in poverty. Also, I'd like to compare it to Belgium. Belgium has a minimum wage of $11.69 in the international currency. And on this statistic, Belgium has more non-working poverty and compared to their working poverty. This means that over there in Belgium, with a higher minimum wage, that their working poverty is much lower compared to us in the United States. This represents and shows that our current system is not working. Significance claim is that the current minimum wage is inefficient because it's harming the employees and the middle class, and it's hurting middle class mothers and causing even physical pain, as well as that the majority rules that America should increase the minimum wage. This is coming from Washington. By a ratio of 4 to 1, Americans support raising the minimum wage and adjusting it for the cost of living for future years, according to the new poll released. Conducted on behalf of the National Employment Law Project Action Fund, the poll also found that 75% of Americans think that it's important Congress raise the minimum wage over the next year. It was 4 years ago today that the federal minimum wage was last increased. Another thing is that America is still in demand of this, and it's hurting waiters and waitresses. Republican Edwards said that American people are clear that they want minimum wage raised for workers and their families. It's time Congress took action. We also need to increase wages for our tipped workers who have seen their wages frozen at $2.13 since 1991. As a result, waitresses and waiters are suffering from declining living standards and experiencing poverty rates 3 times that of the general workforce. By raising both wages, we will grow our economy and ensure that families no longer have to work 2 to 3 jobs to make ends meet. Let's meet the American people where they are and get this done. As well as the raise for this has been prolonged. Senator Harkin said, 4 years without a raise is 3 years too many. While millions of workers have been without a raise, costs have continued to climb. Between 2009 and 2012, rent has gone up 4%, food is 8% more expensive, child care costs 9% more, and public transportation takes a 13% bigger bite out of workers' wallets. We have to make sure that the working families can keep up with the economy. Also, by increasing the minimum wage, we can give tens of millions of workers more money in their paycheck and to spend at local businesses, increasing sales and boosting economic activity. Also, that women are hurting. Around 60% of workers benefiting from a higher minimum wage are women. This is suggesting that 60% are women, and women often need some type of help because Many are struggling by themselves with their children. And this is to help them make ends meet and support their families. Another thing is that the minimum wage is causing physical pain for teenagers who mostly work at McDonald's, Burger King, or Little Caesars. Certain food places like that. A study of adolescent workers injured on the job in restaurant industries are most likely to be working in fast food establishments. A new study by the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, studying data from a national sample of hospitals over a 2-year period, estimated that approximately 44,000 occupational injuries to teen restaurant industry workers, ages 14 to 17, were treated in the hospital emergency department in the U.S. Adolescents working in the restaurant industry are at 6 times greater risk of sustaining a work-related burn injury than teens working in any other industry. I wanted to bring this up because minimum wage is too low for them to be putting their lives at risk and for getting physical harm. My solvency claim is that raising the minimum wage will help reduce poverty. The working poor, it will boost the economy and increase productivity and help families live a happier life. According to Congressional Digest of President Obama's proposal, this increase will boost wages of 15 million workers. This is significant because this money can be used to spend on things workers and families need, and then will help businesses make a profit in return as well. Also, with a stronger middle class, we will help the economy. There will be less separation between classes and stabilize the system. Not too many rich people and not too many poor people. Just right in between. Leading economists such as Lawrence Kratz, Richard Freeman, Joseph Stiglitz, Laura Tyson say that low-wage workers spend their additional earnings potentially raising demand and job growth. Therefore, pursuing a higher minimum wage will provide wages for low-wage workers, also provide some help on the jobs front as well. Another thing that it'll restore value.
I gotta cut you off here.